You guys are here. You are my audience, in addition to my actual audience, for the world premiere of the following exclusive trailer. You know, we've been getting into the parody business here on the MK Show. We had some fun at Meghan Markle's expense, and we had some fun at the expense of the ladies from Blue Origin when we did our own Blonde Origin. And our latest target, as you will see in this little trailer for tomorrow's bigger piece, is Michelle Obama. Watch.
Oh, man.
A former first lady with her own podcast.
I'm Michelle Obama. People line up for my advice.
No, not her. This former first lady.
I'm Megan O. People need to hear from me. Many people don't understand. Not much is covered in the White House.
It's expensive to live in the White House. We made it through.
We got out alive.
But what happened to me?
What happened to me? No one talks about it. No, they don't.
With advice that will inspire.
Do you know what having children does to your life? It ruins it.
They mess you up.
What is marriage? It's about misery.
Folks think that this is harsh. It's like you're going to have a bad decade.
We don't articulate our pain.
Yes.
Meet Megyn O. Friday on the Megyn Kelly Show.
I think you're going to like it.
Well
done. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I love the deadpan. We don't talk about that.
Nobody ever talks about that. Maureen is my sister on the podcast. You know, she has her brother with her. Always, all he does is kiss her ass and get told how wrong he is on everything he says. Anyway, we had so much fun doing this because it's like basically we're doing the things that Saturday Night Live should do. We're targeting the people who should be subjected to scorn and ridicule, but the left won't touch because they're too revered. Like, for some reason, Meghan Markle's in that category. Michelle Obama, obviously. The ladies of Blue Origin. Everyone's too afraid of Jeff Bezos to touch the Lauren Sanchez thing. It's like, we've been having such a good time just saying what's obvious about that. Like, Michelle, she should change her name to Misery Obama. That's really what I think of when Misery Obama never has a positive word to say. Never. You know, not about children, not about family, certainly not about her husband. By the way, before we leave this topic, here's her latest soundbite that made the rounds. This happened on June 18th, but I was off. Here it is, SOT 39.
You should have threw a boy in the mix.
I would. I'm so glad I didn't have a boy. Because he would have been a Barack Obama.
Baby Barack. It would have been amazing.
No, I would have felt for him.
She just borrowed our boys.
Yes, I got plenty.
Wow.
Did you catch that? She's glad she didn't have a boy because he would have been a Barack Obama. And that's a hard pass for her. This woman can't stand him. She can't.
Wait a minute. Now I like her. She prevented another Barack in the world. The Iranian regime quakes. We could have had another shot.
No, wait. Speaking of Barack Obama, he decided to drop a post on X today. And I thought, okay, maybe in the wake of the Pete Hegseth presser, he's going to say something like, no matter how you feel about the Iranian strike, hats off to our, boys in blue, our guys in the bombers. He went a different way. This is what it was.
Curious how you're thinking about this eulogy specifically in the moment and all the tensions that you just brought out.
I didn't even want to talk. I was so mad. Part of the reason I think I ended up having anything to say at that moment was when I heard some of the victims' families forgive the shooter. And I thought, all right, let's see if maybe this is a way America can hear me at this moment. Go back to that day 10 years ago. What I think binds it together, all these different strands, case upholding healthcare, a case declaring same-sex marriage part of our constitutional protections, of mourning. I think what pulls it all together is that no one person did any of that.
So he's sitting around on a June Thursday thinking about himself. and his glory days. And to your point, Smug, I'm starting to warm up to Michelle Obama's POV. I mean, like, what is he doing?
That's really something. You know, a lot of people can try to be critical of President George W. Bush, but he said numerous times that upon leaving the White House, he saw it as not a respect that wasn't even given to him, of leave with grace. The job is someone else's now.
Yeah.
And like
the kind of thing you do when you respect your country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got first off, Michelle Obama being like, you don't understand how tough it was. You know,
hats off to the production team though at the Megyn Kelly Show. I've seen some numbers, and I think your production team actually may have doubled the total audience of the Michelle Obama podcast.
like 10x.
Last time I saw, they had like just the most atrocious numbers.
And I mean, I guess that's why
terrible.
I thought it was just because everyone's done with the Obamas and doesn't want to hear about them. But like, even if you were the kind of person who's like, I really care what Michelle Obama thinks, and then she's like, it was tough. We barely survived living in the White House.
We got out alive.
I have a conspiracy theory on this, Megyn, and that is Michelle Obama is probably getting really tired of people being like, you should run, like you should be a politician.
She's like, I'm going to disabuse you.
Yeah, I'm going to make myself as unlikable
how
as possible.
negative I am. Yeah.
But people stop asking.
Misery Obama does not want to run for office. Misery just wants to sit and talk about how miserable she is. And honestly, when you see the full parody tomorrow, you'll laugh. Like I started bursting out laughing a couple times because it seems impossible. Like it seems like I'm being too mean. But then we've interspliced the actual Michelle Obama saying these exact things. Like that we didn't have to make it up.
Jaw-dropping.
I'd like
It's
to see
crazy.
the outtakes of that whole thing too, Megyn.
It's a good idea, Holmes.
It's going to be great.
Let me try to put that together for you on request. I will speak to the production team because the fellas have good ideas. We are days away from what has been dubbed by some the Rio Reset, what some worry could be a threat to the US dollar's global dominance in over 80 years. On July 6th, BRICS nations, that's Russia, China, India, and Iran, and some more, are expected to unveil their plans to circumvent the US dollar, thus cratering, its value. Some report that they've already been laying the groundwork as their central banks have been methodically divesting from the US dollar and US bonds in favor of gold. How can you protect your IRA or 401k from the fallout from this landmark shift? One option is to diversify with gold from Birch Gold Group. Historically, gold has been a safe haven in times of high uncertainty, which is right now. Get a free info kit on tax-sheltered gold IRAs by texting the word MK letters to 989898. July 6th could mark a monumental shift happening among nations that control 1/3 of the world's GDP. Arm yourself with information to diversify your retirement savings. Text MK to 989898 and claim your free info kit from Birch Gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.